Hi, I hope you're mentally well and physically well. If this is your fourth or fifth time back, subscribe. If you want to see my videos in your algorithm, like, okay, this video is about the UK public and veterans who, like Trump, bullying the world, are learning the moral of the story. And the moral of this story is if you don't like Trump saying that the British troops were, when it comes to fighting, or they weren't on the front lines, or they were scared and were at the back, well, it should teach you, one, not to be friends with bullies, and two, yeah, why do you like it when it happens to brown skinned people, or Middle Eastern people, or African people, or other people? Why are you cool with, see, the whole thing with Greenland and stuff? You're okay with the bully of America because you thought you're ally. You are not America's ally. Basically, you are America's, what is it, dog on a leash. You're a useful pet for what is it, America. That's how America sees you. America doesn't see you as an ally or a buddy. They see you as a useful tool. Yeah. And my point is before, like, you only wake up when the chickens come home to roost. When Trump wants to invade a country in Europe, then you start thinking about how could he do this? Oh, this is so unfair. The blah blah. What about when he called all these countries called all the like African countries shithole countries? You know what I'm saying? Or when, for example, Iran, when they're talking about invading Iran, what are you talking about? And stop saying about this freedom, democracy, and all stuff. Your wars are not over freedom and democracy. Your wars are over stealing other people's resources. None of these wars. Look. It it wasn't the Middle East, yeah, or Africa, yeah, who messed with England or America. It was them that went over and tried to bully, colonize, and so forth. If you look at the situation between the Middle East um, and England or America, who caused the problem first? Don't say 9/11. Don't say 9/11. Because before 9/11, what happened? America went, infiltrate the Iran, and overthrew one of their leaders. Imagine if Iran didn't like how England is running its country or wanted England's resources, yeah, infiltrated itself into England and overthrew one of its rulers. Would it be right to want to have a physical war with England? Same thing about 9/11. I don't agree with 9/11. I believe it was evil because innocent people got killed. But why did 9/11 happen? Forget we know there's a discussion about who allowed 9/11 to happen, that, but let's just say for argument's sake that people from the Middle East did 9/11. Why did they say they did it? Yeah. First of all, it wasn't a Middle Eastern country. It wasn't a Middle Eastern country that did 9/11. Bin Laden's not from Afghanistan. He was kicked out of, where is it, Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Uh, because he didn't like the rulership and the leadership there. So he was kicked out. Yeah. They exiled him. Yeah. He went to Afghanistan. Yeah. Okay. But why was the reason that it said that 9/11 was done? They said, why? Because after what Hitler was supposed to have done to the Jews in the Holocaust, you know, and they were persecuted and stuff, what happened? The UN decided to give, yeah, uh, where is it? The European Jews, yeah, a place, where is it? In the Middle East. make it a state. There was always Jews, Christians, and Muslims living in that place, but they decided to make it a Jewish state and arm them and let them take control of the power, the electricity, the water supply, and everything else. So what the terrorists said is that, listen, first of all, you gave a land, the West gave land, yeah, to a country that has nothing, that a country in the Middle East when something happened in Europe. What has Hitler exterminating Jews got to do with you giving them land in the Middle East? Why don't you give them a place in England? Why don't you give them a place in America? So they said because England are giving the UN and England and America and so forth a place in another person's country, which is stealing, yeah, and is robbery and stuff. We're gonna attack America. That was the argument. Now the public got nothing to do with it. Their argument was where the American public pay taxes, so we're gonna they're guilty as well. No, that's not right, because there's people who don't vote. There's people that don't like their government and so forth. So you can't kill innocent people, yeah, and so forth. But the fact is, England and America and the UN, yeah, gave, yeah, a place, yeah, to people from Europe, a place in the Middle East by force. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that you're friends with America, yeah, and you're cool with America bullying the whole world, but you don't like when it switches on you, yeah. The Eastern world did not start a problem with the Western world. The Western world started a problem with the Eastern world. Anyway, let's just play the clip of Trump saying, where is it? Yeah, English troops, when they were fighting, they were involved, but they weren't on the front lines, and they were at the back, basically calling them scaredy cats or cowards.
They'll say they sent some troops to Afghanistan. They'll say they sent some troops to Afghanistan or this or that. And they did. They stayed a little back, a little off the front lines.
I consider President Trump's remarks to be insulting and frankly appalling. And I'm not surprised they've caused such hurt to the loved ones of those who were killed or injured.
Yeah, so what about the people in Afghanistan who got bombed to hell because of one person? Why? That person who did 9/11, this, that, and the other, yeah. He went to another country. You decided to bomb that country for one person. Say there's some people that some Middle Eastern or African people want from England or America, and you don't hand them over, because I think even there was a time when England had an agreement with America, yeah, and I'm gonna do a video on this, where America, if you had someone wanted in England, yeah, England would give America that person. But if England had someone who was wanted in America, America wouldn't give it back to them. There's a name, there's a special term for it. I can't think of it now. But basically, there's many countries in Europe and England and America that have this kind of agreement that if there's a criminal, yeah, in your country, yeah, then you hand him over to us, yeah, and we hand him over to you. But there's some countries, yeah, within Europe, yeah, that they don't have this agreement. That, okay, just because someone, that's why I think like with Julian Assange and certain other people, yeah. So for example, oh, Grant, who's that? There's a whistleblower that's in Russia right now. Who was it? It was all over. He was working with Julian Assange. Snowden is in Russia right now, and they want him, but he's not going. They don't. But England, America wanted him, but Russia wouldn't hand him over. They didn't bomb Russia. Why? Because Russia can give them a run for their money. Yeah. So okay, let's just say that what is it? Bin Laden's in Afghanistan. Yeah, he's not Afghani. Yeah, he's from Saudi Arabia. They kicked him out of Saudi Arabia. Cool. He's in Afghanistan. You wanted him. Afghanistan said no. Yeah. We wouldn't hand him over to you. Does that give you a right to bomb them? Bomb the hell out of them? One of the strongest, the biggest militaries in the world? No. So the whole thing is that there's many countries that in Europe that don't have this agreement with America or England that if you have a criminal that we're just gonna hand him over like that. So the whole point I'm trying to make is that you're supporting Trump, who's a bully, and you're cool with him calling African countries S-hole countries, and you're cool with him going to overthrow Venezuela and Iran and America throwing over Iran, and you know what I'm saying, all these different things, and supporting what the terrorist state of Israel and so forth. But when they do the same to you in Greenland, or when they talk about your troops rudely, you want to have a fit. This is a lesson for you to stop supporting bullies and stop being bullies yourself. I guess it's just music, the rest of it. Anyway, that's my video. Peace, take care. If you want me to react to any other videos, leave it in the comments. Like I said, if it's your fourth or fifth time back, subscribe.